Yes. What you got? Joey, go ahead and finish. Then I want to hear what Mike has to say.
What? I wasn't saying anything.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Mikey.
What I was gonna say is, me and my team have been doing these same exact role plays every single week for the past 2 weeks. Like I've been giving myself a situation to be a seller and they're the buyer. Same thing. They got like 6 to 8 minutes. Same criteria, graded off the same type of thing. Our talk time has doubled for the whole entire team for the past 2 weeks.
Wow.
Legit has doubled. I'm not even kidding. So even it being a short role play, because this is what happened. First week we started doing it. My team was like, well, isn't it kind of like not realistic to have a 6 to 8 minute call and get all this information in 6 to 8 minutes? I'm like, no, like, shut up. Let's do it. Bro, literally 2 weeks later, we have crushed dials, and it's been talk time. I think usually it's like about an hour or so of talk time per day per each rep. It's been like 2 hours plus every single day.
Wow. Becoming more efficient.
100%.
And that's
which leads you to get on more calls, and the dials have gone up.
It's like giving yourself a whole day to clean your room or 2 hours to clean your room.
It's
your whole house
Parkinson's law, right? Guys, look at Google it. Parkinson's law, right? A task will expand to meet the time that you allot for it. It's just the nature of it, how it works, and that's how the human brain works. And that's why, the other side of, which is the point that Mike just made, the first part of why I do it, the way I do it with these 6-minute role plays is because I want to make sure that people are challenging themselves to put themselves in unique circumstances. But the other side of that is once you get comfortable doing that, you realize how much you're able to accomplish in a short period of time. That's when you start getting efficient. That's when you start tweaking it up. It's just like working out and running with weights on, right? That's all this is it's running with weights on. Once you get this figured out, then you'll be amazed at what you can do afterwards. And so that's a really, really cool perspective, Mike, to see. So the situation with my mic is, here's the problem. When I go live on YouTube is if I have it loud, when y'all talk, it feeds back and then there's an echo, right? So if I put my mic low, it doesn't do that. But then you can't hear me as much. So I got to sit like a DJ, like going up and down with the volume on the mixer because I don't want to wear headphones because I don't want to wear headphones. So I'll figure this out. Bear with me, guys. But that being said, we'll see how the rest of this plays out. I hope Joey does well. So we got 3 people going tonight. We got Joey going first. Then it's Tyler following up with Eddie on the back end to close everything out for us. Joey, you got any questions? You got any thoughts? We're going to walk through how this all works here in a minute. But before we get started, do you have any questions?
No, I mean, I guess one, I was asking my mom the other day because I was watching a couple of these. I haven't watched all of them. I was like, can't I just make up my own scenario when I call? Hey, I heard you talked to my partner and I know you only have 50K equity, blah, blah, blah. Can you do that or no?
Yeah, and then what you can do is you can just ask Savannah to be like a really easy laydown and then see if she'll just sign the contract within the 6-minute period. So that way you can make her really like you too. So that way you just get 5s on all the scores. We could try that.
Sounds good.
Yeah. No, man. So the way it works is this, right? So I'm going to walk through this for everybody who's here. The way it works is this, guys. So everything is randomized. You guys saw the picker wheel that Savannah used to be able to select who's going. That's how everything else is selected. So she has a random list of a bunch of different seller situations. She's going to randomize it, right? And then she's going to have the seller situation. That's going to be the motivation. She's going to DM that to myself, to Samir, and to Mike as the judges so we know what the motivation is in advance. You will be scored based on your ability to accurately uncover that motivation and do that within a quick period of time, right? And it could be a bunch of different situations. You have to be really creative and make sure that you're asking the right questions to uncover all of the motivation. She's also going to randomize the seller personality type, right? So it may be a really talkative person. It may be a really kind of just rude person. All of that stuff is randomized, okay? And then whenever you say ring, ring, here's what happens. The timer is set to 6 minutes. You say ring, ring. When you say ring, ring, she says hello, the timer starts. And you have 6 minutes to accomplish all of those things. Guys, don't put any notes or tips or comments in the chat as far as what he should be saying or asking, because it's competition, right? We'll keep that out. And then afterwards, once that's done, the scoring is going to go live. We're going to give you feedback, and we're going to give you scoring based on how well you were able to accomplish all of those different things. Savannah, do you have the criteria, what he's being scored on?
Samir does.
Samir, could you share that with us, Pumpkin? Thank you. Appreciate you. All right. What is an example of Parkinson's law? Why am I getting where? All right. Did you put the motivation in there yet, Savannah?
Yeah, but there's been a lot of messages, so I'll drop it again.
Appreciate you. Okay, so those are the categories that everybody's going to be scored on tonight, guys. Intro, fact-finding, rapport, overcoming objections, presentation of solutions, and then the strength to close and follow-up. It's a horrible summary of that, Samir, but we'll take it. All right, so let me read this motivation here.
It's too easy, right? Let me spin the wheel again.
Nah, do what you got to do. Like, just let it be random. It would
Kidding.
let it be what it is. All right, give me 1 second here. I'm pulling the timer up. All right, so you have not been here, Joey. Any other questions about this?
No, let's just do it.
Okay. Are you nervous? Are you nervous at all, or are you just like, nah, I got this. I'm a G.
I'm a little nervous, but I'm ready. Let's go.
Okay. Anybody else? Final thoughts? Final questions? Savannah, you good to go on your side?
I'm good. You're a little low though.
I know. I turned it down. I'll turn it back up here. I'll turn it back up periodically. I'll try. I may have to just put the stupid headphones on. Fine. Fine. That being said, guys, he's gonna say ring ring when Savannah says hello. The timer starts, and Joey's got 6 minutes to show the world what the Milanazos are working with. Whenever you Savannah, you good? All right, Joey. Whenever you're ready, brother.
Okay, sweet. Ring ring.
Hello?
Hey, Savannah. My name is Joey. I'm just calling about your property on 123 Main Street. I think you actually spoke with my partner Dan Q. Just giving you a follow-up to see how things are going. And it says here that you were looking to sell. Is that still the case?
Yeah. I am still looking to sell. That one's still available. Have you looked at the pictures and everything yet? I just
Oh,
updated
awesome.
new
Yeah,
ones.
yeah. I just saw some pictures. I'd love to get one of my guys out there. Um, But actually, Dan told me you were looking for somewhere around 300,000. Does that still stands true?
Yeah, it's 300,000. Yeah.
300. Okay, awesome. Well, I actually own like 3 properties literally within a mile. So we'd love to
Really?
close on this one. Yes, really quick too.
Okay.
My earnest money goes hard. I could close quick. But tell me, how quick do you want to make this move? Do you have like 30 days, 90 days? What's it kind of look like on your end?
I mean, as soon as possible, as long as you have your, funds, everything looks good. So what kind of
Awesome. Well,
yeah, what kind of financing would you do?
I do it all. I do cash, I do seller finance, I do subject to. It just all depends on your loan, your situation. Tell me,
Yeah.
on my end, it shows you owe around like 180. Is that true?
No, I owe a lot
No.
more than that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
What,
but
what,
my rate is super low, so it is assumable. I have like a 4% interest rate. Um, yeah, so I'm
awesome.
not sure if that's something you would be interested in.
I actually do something way faster than assuming. I do what's called taking over your mortgage payments. It's called subject to, but just delete that out of your brain and it gets too confusing. But with assumable, that could take like 3 to 6 months. With a subject to, I could just take over those payments literally within the next 30 days.
Hmm. Okay. I mean, I've never heard of that, but I'm totally open to, I have some real estate friends I can reach out to.
Yeah,
But yeah, when would you like to come by and look at it?
I can actually get out there tomorrow. When is a good time you would like me to go see that?
I could meet you at like in between 2 and 4 p.m.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. And also what I want to do, Savannah, is I want to shoot you a letter of intent first, just to make sure we're a good fit. And I know you had a couple questions about subject to. In my letter of intent, I'll put a credibility letter also put a frequently asked questions page, and it should answer a lot of questions that may come up for you about subject two. And if
Okay.
you have anything else, you could just give me a ring. I'll put my phone number in there.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, if you could come around 2, that would give us enough time. We could, so it's a newer home community. It's got like a clubhouse. There's a golf course actually, and they just opened up 2 new parks. So I would have time to take you all around there. Also they're building a
Sweet.
new school. Yeah. So there's a lot of like up and stuff going on in the neighborhood, and we could totally just go around and I can show you all of that. Do you golf?
I do. And this sounds like an awesome house. What's got you selling it? Why don't you just rent this thing?
Yeah, we thought about it, but I I don't think I want to deal with that or like being a landlord right now.
Gotcha. Gotcha. It's not for everybody. Well, man, I'd love to just get some cash in your pocket and then maybe we can go golf before you leave.
Yeah, totally. Um, yeah,
Yeah, well,
that'd be cool.
yeah, yeah, well, let's do it. Let's do it. How about I just shoot you over my offer? You tell me, hey, this looks awesome, Joy, this looks bad. And then how about you follow up? I'll give you a call tomorrow around like 5 o'clock after I see the property around Danish.
Okay. Yeah, totally. Okay, so do you need like help like with a lender or anything like that or?
Nope, nope. I don't. Um, like I said, if this fits for a subject two, I could just put the equity in your pocket, take over those payments. If this is a cash deal, let's just do it. Now, on the pictures, the property looks beautiful. I mean, on this golf course and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, does the property need any work? I don't see anything that needs any work.
Oh, no, it's gorgeous. It's really really nice.
Awesome. Awesome. So it sounds like a subject two would be perfect because anything that doesn't need any work, we'd love to pay top dollar. I could probably get you 5 to 15K
Mm.
over whatever you'd make on market. And that's what the beauty of creative finance does.
Okay, I mean, maybe you could just maybe I can give you my email. You can just maybe send me a little bit about your company and that stuff you're talking about, and I can just like look over it.
Yeah, yeah. I'll send it over. Just before I let you go, I don't want to take too much of your time. Like I said, this is an awesome house. I know you said you don't want to be a landlord. Why do you want to sell this? What makes you want to get rid of this awesome property?
Um, we just decided not to live there after we built it. So, but it's gorgeous. It's like I said, it's like a brand new build. It's got a lot of nice amenities in the neighborhood. Like I said, they're building a new school in there. So I think you would really like it.
Okay. You said we. Do you have a husband on it or is a family member, a friend?
Yes, it was with my I guess soon to be ex-husband.
Gotcha. Okay, so this is a divorce situation.
And that is time, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry.
All right, there we go. Savannah, are you not seeing my 100 messages that I'm sending you?
Okay.
All right. We'll address this the way we got to address it. Here's my issue with this. Let's go ahead and pull up the scoring, guys. And judges, I'm going to let you guys give me your feedback on this. Joey was trying to get off the phone like 7 times, and Savannah kept pulling him back into the conversation. Right? And as a result,
yellow.
it doesn't matter. He was trying to get off the phone, and as a result, you gave him the opportunity to score points that he would not have scored because you kept bringing him back into a conversation that he was trying to get out of. So I don't know how I feel scoring him on the fact-finding points when the only reason that he got those fact-finding points is because you were basically putting them in his hand. Mike, fellas, like, what are your guys' thoughts on this?
Yeah, this is a tough grade. This is a tough grade. I was actually gonna say, it's funny enough, I was gonna message you on the side and just
I literally messaged Savannah like 15 times.
Yeah. You force fed him at certain points, like they're like with the which one was he like walking around and like seeing the property? Like you literally like, hey, here's all the things about my property. I'm gonna walk you around and tell you. You didn't
Correct.
This is what real sellers do to me when I talk to them. It's like,
Is it the Joey vibe? Like they offer it up. Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
No, I'm going to say it was his questions. That's how he was asking questions. I don't feel that same way.
No, when you go back and you listen to the conversation, right, there was a point where he was like, okay, cool, we're going to schedule this up. We're going to come out there. We're going to do all the things. And then the conversation was over. The conversation was over. And that was where she should have said, okay, thank you. And then she said, okay, so just so you know, the neighborhood has a lot of cool amenities. And then we have a bunch of cool up and coming things, right? And so, like, no seller is going to randomly at the end of the conversation when the person says, okay, I'll talk to you later, bye, say, oh, by the way, our neighborhood has some cool things that we're building, right? That's the part.
Yes, I missed that, but.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So what should we do here?
I don't know. One, you should pay attention to the chat. Okay. But I don't know. It was exactly 3 minutes. That's exactly what it was. Because I was like, he has 3 minutes left on this phone call. Right? Robin caught it too. It was exactly the 3 minutes.
I honestly felt it that the phone call was about to end. And I felt awkward. And so, like, my notes here, it's like it's a yellow seller. And I'm supposed to be really chatty. So I'm like, okay. And I was like thinking, like, I do feel responsible for that. Like, I understand where you guys are coming from. I don't know what the right thing to do is. If I sabotage this, if we should do a redo.
Yeah, I mean, we have a couple of options. For me, we can go back and we can listen to where the ending, get an agreement on where that thing ended, and then see if we agree that he was trying to end the call, score it up to that point, right? Score it up to the point where he was ready to say bye, where Savannah started feeding the information. That's option one. Option two, we can score it right now as is with our own perspectives, knowing this information as we know it, right? Or option three, we can do a different call.
Can we do a poll?
I'll say it. I mean,
do whatever you guys want.
It was his questioning that got her kind of like, she didn't know how to react to it, but that's how you make calls. That's the whole point of making calls. Get the rapport and get them where they're like.
Do you guys have the same last name? Hold on.
Yes, this is their child. This is why do you think they're standing up for him so much? If it was a situation where he had asked a question and it was questionable, I can't judge against that because how do I know? I'm speculating. But he had literally attempted to end the call. The call was over. He literally said, all right, talk to you later. And then she volunteered, just so you know, we have a lot of cool stuff in this neighborhood.
You know what? This little
I was getting to an offer. She wants the offer. Let's go.
You know what? This guy has a rabbit up his butt or something because stuff like this always happens to him, even with callers. Like, how
really? You got is it the Milanazzo bunny?
Not my bunny. Him. He wins everything all the time. So yeah, give him 0, fucker.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. The Italian coming out.
Stop the hammer.
All right. Let's take it from the.
I wasn't gonna end the call right there. I was just ready to go.
Let's take it to the people who are on the stage that are competitors / judges. Eddie, what's your vote? Judge it as is. Judge it from 3 minutes, or run it back. Let him go again.
Honestly, I'm gonna. Here's my 2 cents on it, real quick. Is the second it was like dead space with when she was just kind of like, yeah. So, anyways, at that point, I was already like, damn, that was the fastest call. But it started off that way. We were just like, hey, I'm ready. I can buy cash. I can buy creative. I can do sub twos. I can do all this stuff. So it's throwing a lot of language out there. Me personally, if we want to play it fair, if it was the first round, I would have said let's run it back again. But I'm 50-50 on it, guys. I am, because I like the Milanazos, they're the homies, right? So, but realistically, if it wasn't the Milanazos, if it wasn't Tyler, if it wasn't DQ, if it wasn't us, if it was, whoever it was, could have been. How would we have treated it? I'm a 50-50. I'm a little biased right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I will say the call ended at minute 3.
The call definitely ended at 3 minutes. Okay, Mike, what are your thoughts,
disagree.
bro? Look, Mama Bear is not taking this one laying down. Let's
Angie,
go.
Angie, you know I love you, girl. You know I love you. You and Dom love you guys for sure. But man, I thought there was a second call already. I thought it was like the follow-up call.
All right, let's see. Mike.
We can treat it as that. Listen, we can treat it as two different calls. He got a follow-up call. He got two calls.
But then, yeah, we'd have to do it all. Okay, Samir, what are your thoughts on the situation, bro? And then we'll go to Mike, and then we'll go to Tyler.
Oh man, it's tough. It's tough.
Samir's a people pleaser too, so he's really awkward right now. He does not want to be on Angie's bad side.
Happens when you get on the wrong side of the hammer. So I don't know if I want to play that game. But to be honest, the redo is also tough just because there's going to be a decent amount of debate about what would have happened if we just judged the first call. So I think figuring out a way to judge the call we have here is probably our best bet. I just don't know if we judge it knowing it or if we do something specific like cut it off. That part I don't really know how to go about.
Well, thank you for the two people that have gone so far. Literally.
Let's go back and watch it.
I at least said not to do reading.
All right, quick vote, Lizanne.
I really don't care.
I just want to say that I think that she may have now been interested in getting to know him a little bit better because they were talking about golfing, and she's just out of this divorce, and I think she.
Hey, yo.
Okay.
Oh, okay. It's a DMs conversation. Okay. All right. Quick response, Mike and Tyler.
I think we leave it up to him, bro. Like, Joey, what do you think we should do?
Yeah, like I said, I don't care. Like, it's really whatever you guys choose. Let's run with it.
Tyler?
I'm cool with whatever you guys want to go with.
Bro,
I
every
say we
single.
go back and listen, so I can, because I didn't catch that.
Hey, be careful. His mama bear, I've had to kick her off. Like I used to coach Joey in wrestling.
You can kick her out of the
off
Zoom.
my
She's
mat.
conflict of interest. Get her out.
I had to kick her off of my mat.
Oh, Angie, have you been kicked out of the competitions for fighting with the refs?
No, Angie's definitely slammed the child.
I 100%. Hold on. Let me get Angie up here. We got it. Okay, do this, Samir. Let's do this. Why don't you go and play back the recording on YouTube? Find a recording on YouTube, and we will let this be the debate. Right? Well, let this be the debate. If the consensus is the call end, but here's the thing, Angie. We will do this, but if the call was clearly ending at 3 minutes, we're voting from the 3 up to the 3 minute part. Are you cool with that?
I'm cool with that.
Okay. And if it sounds like it was on the fence, it could have went both ways, then we'll just give them another run.
No, I don't think so.
Somebody says no. Who says no?
Caroline Bowe came in.
Caroline. That's the person I needed. I needed somebody to come in here and not care what nobody thinks. Caroline, talk to us.
So Joey, I think you did a great job. You're really easy on the phone, but this is a competition. We are competing to be on the stage with the best of the best, right? Like Pace and Jerry, and I'm gonna fight for my spot. I don't realistically think that after the call ended, you would have continued the conversation with Savannah, especially at the end where you started asking her about the motivation, which you completely didn't even go into. So I just think to be fair, we should listen to the recording, and where there was a natural ending, I think we should score it to that.
Okay.
That's my take.
I don't disagree with Caroline. Let's play it back. Samir, are you queuing it up, bro?
Like I said, I don't care. Judge me on the first call. I have a literal seller call in 15 minutes, so let's just get this over with. So I don't care. Judge it on my first call. I really don't care at all. But to defend myself, I closed her. She's ready for an offer. What more has to happen? You kidding me? She's like, yeah, come play golf with me. I'm getting divorced. Okay, cool. I'll be your caddy.
Love it. But I also
that talk,
think
I don't know.
Just part of going up and doing the call and not doing a redo is all of the adrenaline that you get from that first call. So if we were to allow Joey to do a redo,
I don't want to do it.
So he doesn't want to do a redo. Okay, so we'll do that. Joey seems indifferent regardless. So there's no reason. I think Angie wants him to be involved more than he wants to be involved. So if he doesn't really care, then I'm really good. We don't have to waste everybody's time and go back and review it anyways.
Judge me. Just judge me. Just tell me
I
on the first
can.
call. We'll just go from there.
This thing was all natural, man. Let it go. That's the way a call goes. This is live. That's the way it went down. Boom, just like that. Let it go. Vote.
You good, Samir?
To be fair, though,
Yeah, like that.
I do have it if you guys want to hear.
Joey never
golf
said,
came up.
"I'll see you later, bye." Like he never said bye. It was just very awkward.
Yeah, he never said bye.
Like you probably would have. There probably would have been a hung up. Like if you think about it.
Okay, Joey's indifferent. Joey's got another call. Let's listen to it, and then we will score this call based on how we feel what happened there, since he doesn't want to do a redo anyways. But
well, it sounds like everybody would be all pissed if I did a redo, so I don't want to do a redo.
Yeah, no, let's just run it back and see what happens, right? We all have our perspectives, but sometimes what you remember and what happened is different. This is why live recordings are super helpful, right? So Samir, run that back. Let's play that first 3 minutes from the beginning. We'll see where everybody thinks, and then we'll go from there.
So go ahead.
Hold on.
Make sure you share the audio, bro.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the spot again.
God, I feel like I should leave because I hate hearing my voice back on replay.
Just cover your ears.
It's so cringe.
Everybody feels like that, by the way. Who enjoys hearing their voice back in recordings? Does anybody? Their own voice, Tyler. McKenna likes hearing her own voice. I respect it.
And I don't want to kick you out of the competition. Calm down.
Okay, do you guys want me to just share the audio?
No, just whatever.
Oh, the whole screen? Okay.
Jesse, I'm just trying to be fair, bro. That's what I'm trying to do. We got like 100 people in this competition.
Yeah, I just read what Carter said. Carter says, does Savannah always try to pull people back in? I haven't watched these, so I don't know. So
just share the audio, Samir. Just share the audio, bro.
Okay. Gotcha. Advanced computer audio. Share. And then let me get to the right spot.
To show the world what the Milanalzo. Whenever you're ready, brother.
Okay, sweet. Ring.
Hello?
Hey, Savannah. My name is Joey. I'm just calling about your property on 123 Main Street. I think you actually spoke with my partner, Dan Q. Just giving you a follow-up to see how things are going. And it says here that we're looking to sell. Is that still the case?
Yeah. I am still looking to sell. That one's still available. Have you looked at the pictures and everything yet? I just uploaded
awesome.
new ones.
Yeah, I just saw some pictures. I'd love to get one of my guys out there. But actually, Dan told me you were looking for somewhere around 300,000. Does that still stands true?
Yeah, it's 300,000. Yeah.
300. Okay, awesome. Well, I actually own like 3 properties literally within a mile. So we'd love to close on this one. Yes, really quick too.
Okay.
My earnest money goes hard. I can close quick. But tell me, how quick do you want to make this move? Do you have like 30 days, 90 days? What's it kind of look like on your end?
I mean, as soon as possible, as long as you have your, funds, everything looks good. So what
Awesome.
kind of, what kind of financing would you do?
I do it all. I do cash, I do seller finance, I do subject to. It just all depends on your loan, your situation. Tell me, on my end, it shows you owe around like 180. Is that true?
No, I owe a lot more than that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but my rate is super low, so it is assumable. I have like a 4% interest rate. Yeah, so
Awesome.
I'm not sure if that's something you would be interested in.
I actually do something way faster than assuming. I do what's called taking over your mortgage payments. It's called subject to, but just delete that out of your brain. It gets too confusing. But with assumable, that could take like 3 to 6 months. With a subject to, I could just take over those payments literally within the next 30 days.
Okay. I mean, I've never heard of that, but I'm totally open to, I have some real estate friends I can reach out to. But yeah, when would you like to come by and look at it?
I can actually get out there tomorrow. When is a good time you would like me to go see that?
I could meet you at like in between 2 and 4 p.m.
Okay, awesome. And also, what I want to do, Savannah, is I want to shoot you a letter of intent first, just to make sure we're a good fit. And I know you had a couple questions about subject to. In my letter of intent, I'll put a credibility letter. I'll also put a frequently asked questions page, and it should answer a lot of questions that may come up for you about subject two. And if you have anything else, you could just give me a ring. I'll put my phone number in there.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, if you could come around 2, that would give us enough time. We could, so it's a newer home community. It's got like a clubhouse. There's a golf course actually, and they just opened up 2 new parks. So I would have time to take you all around there. Also, they're building a new school. Yeah. So there's a lot of like up and stuff going on in the neighborhood, and we could totally just go around and I can show you all of that. Do you golf?
I do. And this sounds like an awesome house. What's got you selling it? Why don't you just rent this thing?
Yeah, we thought about it, but I don't think I want to deal with that or like being a landlord right now.
Gotcha. It's not for everybody. Well, man, I'd love to just get some cash in your pocket and then maybe we can go golf before you leave.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah, well, let's do it. How about I just shoot you over my offer? You tell me, hey, this looks awesome, Joey, this looks bad. And then how about you follow up? I'll give you a call tomorrow around like 5 o'clock after I see the property around Danish.
Okay. Yeah, totally. Okay, so do you need like help like with a lender or anything like that or?
Nope. I don't. Like I said, if this fits for a subject two, I could just put the equity in your pocket, take over those payments. If this is a cash deal, let's just do it. Now, on the pictures, the property looks beautiful. I mean, on this golf course and everything. Does the property need any work? I don't see anything that needs any work.
Oh, no, it's gorgeous. It's really, really nice.
Awesome. So it sounds like a subject two would be perfect because anything that doesn't need any work, we'd love to pay top dollar. I could probably get you 5 to 15K over whatever you'd make on market. And that's what the beauty of creative finance does.
Okay. I mean, maybe you could maybe I can give you my email. You can just maybe send me a little bit about your company and that stuff you're talking about, and I can just like look over it.
Yeah. I'll send it over. Just before I let you go, I don't want to take too much of your time. Like I said, this is an awesome house. I know you said you don't want to be a landlord. Why do you want to sell this? What makes you want to get rid of this awesome property?
We just decided not to live there after we built it. So, but it's gorgeous. It's like I said, it's like a brand new build. It's got a lot of nice amenities in the neighborhood. Like I said, they're building a new school in there. So I think you would really, really, really like it.
Okay. You said we. Do you have a husband on it, or is a family member, a friend?
Yes, it was with my I guess soon to be ex-husband.
Gotcha. Okay, so this is a divorce situation.
And that is time, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry.
All right, there we go. Savannah, are you not? You could stop the share, Samir. All right, there we go. Yeah, it's
I don't
interesting.
think the call was over.
Yeah, we'll run it as is, guys. Like we'll run it as is. There was definitely at least 1.5 scenarios where I feel like Savannah kept the conversation going, but we'll push it as if it was the yellow personality, right? We'll go ahead and give him the score. We'll let it run. I definitely feel like the conversation would have ended had Savannah not pushed it forward, but we can't make that assumption, and we can't judge him based on that assumption because nobody said bye, and we'll just call that just a yellow seller giving him a alley-oop. Like Dom said, he had the rabbit's foot in his pocket, and we will give it to him, but we'll just it could have happened, right? It definitely could have been that situation. So we will judge it accordingly. Angie, are you okay with this? I just don't want you to try to stab me next weekend. Is what I don't want.
She already has her knives ready. You're sharpening them right now.
I'm sure replaying that to you. It's really helpful.
Awesome, Caroline. I appreciate you.
She's crazy.
All right, score him. Go.
Let's go. All right, Mike. I'll let you go first, bro. I'll let you take the first swing at this, bro.
Why you do that to me?
Sorry, bro. Sorry,
bro. I'm not getting cut. That's all you, dog.
Yo. Oh man. All right, Joey.
Do you want me to go first, man, or are you good?
Nah, I got you, bro. I got it. All right. So we can just run right through this thing. Intro wasn't terrible, wasn't great. I think it was a little bit long and drawn out. If you got right into it, I think it would have helped you out a little bit more. I'm going to give you a 3.6 on the intro. Rapport building. Now, we've said this throughout this competition time and time again. Rapport isn't necessarily making a connection and potentially going golfing with your next wife. That's not really what rapport is. Rapport is more so about indulging in their circumstances and figuring out what their circumstances is and being indulged in what's going on with them, right? Rather than making a connection, talking about golf and all that stuff. That helps, definitely helps, and it helps make a friend. It's easier to do business with friends, but at the end of the day, rapport is more of figuring out what they're going through. So the tough thing about rapport here is that you were leading with a lot of I, like out the gate. I own a bunch of properties in the area. I can buy in cash. I can do this. I can do that. I can buy your house subject to. I buy houses all a bunch of different ways, right? And that's what really hurt the rapport. But if it was more open-ended and about her, that would ultimately led you to get the information that you got like later on with 30 seconds left. You would have got that in the first 30 seconds, right? So I think that's really what hurt the rapport. Also, there was a lot of assuming, which is going to shoot you in the foot later on for negotiations. So I think there was 2 times. One, it was with the asking price, right? Let's just say a lot of the times my team will send me a lead and they'll say, hey, seller wants $300,000. I never ask that. Hey, so it looks like you're looking for $300,000. No, I want 400,000. Whatever. I'm just going straight in. Like, how much are you hoping to get? I'm disregarding what my team gave me because what they gave me isn't what might be right or isn't what the real situation is because they're not me. It's my job to get the correct information. So what happened is we assumed, hey, 200 or 300.
Mike, one second, Mike. Joey, you had to call it like right now, right?
Yeah, he just called me, but it's all good. I just texted him. I said I'll call him after. We're
okay,
good.
Cool.
All right,
he's cool, dude.
I'll speed up. So yeah, with that being said, it's like never assume all that type of stuff. Rapport, I'm gonna give it a 3.3. Fact finding and uncovering motivation. You got half of it at the end. And this is how we're scoring it. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you a 3 for that. Overcoming objections. There wasn't really anything crazy. I'll give it a 3.75. Presentation of solutions. It was tough because you started going out the gate with some good stuff. She said something about assuming the mortgage and you're like, hey, actually I have something that's almost even better than assuming the mortgage, right? And she was like, oh, really? Which is pretty good. And you got her to start thinking. And I think if anything out of the conversation, that is what's going to lead you her answering your call next. The only problem is that there were so many different solutions, right? It was like a machine gun of solutions. There was, hey, potentially we could do seller finance. Potentially we could do this. We could do cash. We could close quickly. We could do all these different things. And when people are overwhelmed with so many different things, it's hard for them to make a decision. So, but you, and like, that was one of the strongest parts of the call is you did hammer a lot of solutions. So I'll give you a 3.8 on that. Strength to follow up and close, bro. You about to go golfing with this chick, and like, you got this one in the bag. I'll give you a 4 for that.
Boom. All right, I'll go next. I'll go through it fairly quickly so we can get to his call. This was a tough one, right? So my job here, if I'm going to be impartial as a judge, is to try to make sure that I'm factoring in all the stuff that we just discussed, right? Like I don't want to muddy the waters. We made a decision. We're moving forward past this. So I'm going to judge the call on its merits, irrespective of this stuff. I'm giving you a 4 on the intro. It did go on a little long. But I've been really kind of historically not grading people on my opinion of their intro, but on the effectiveness of the intro. And it went on probably like maybe 5 or 10 seconds longer than it needs to, but it was decent. And I don't think you're going to lose, I don't think you're not creating walls in the conversation, which a lot of people do with their intros. That didn't happen here. So I'll give you a 4 for that. Rapport building, similar to what Mike said. I have really been really consistent about not giving people credit for yellows, right? Yellows will be friendly with everybody. Friendliness does not equate to rapport, right? And so I think that if you have a red seller and you get a certain amount of rapport, you're going to be able to get you're going to get it harder if that same level of rapport was with a yellow seller, because yellow sellers are easier to work with, right? And so what is rapport? Not just them wanting to talk to you, but also them kind of having the confidence the deal is going to move forward. I don't know that the rapport was because of something Joey did or because of what Savannah's personality type was. That's the tough part. So I'm going to give him a 3.85 on rapport, because I just have a hard time giving him benefits because of a yellow personality. Fact finding. Okay, so here's the thing. We've been going largely based on the motivation. You guys can see it in the chat. Seller has a brand new build that she's never lived in. Husband and wife were building it before they got a divorce. It was purchased top of the line, lots of upgrades, can't sell it for what they paid for sale by owner, no equity. Of that information, and Joey, fill me in, did you get anything other than the fact that they were divorced?
Yeah, she has no equity.
So you got the no equity.
I asked her twice why she's selling. First, she doesn't want to be a landlord. Then she got in a divorce. So
yeah.
I just feel like the seller would probably told me to get divorced when I first asked that. It's okay.
Yeah. That part.
I feel like that's what I got.
Okay. So if we'll give you that one, with the brand new, the new build, all those different things, I'll give you half of the way there on those. I'll give you a 2.5 on that, because you actually did get you got two of the things, right? Overcoming objections. You didn't really have any. I'm going to do what I've done for everybody. Everybody who's gotten no objections because it was a good call, I've given them a 4. I'm going to give you that, right? I can't knock you for this. You did a good call. I don't think your personality type is going to get a lot of objections, right? You just also didn't get the opportunity to do a lot of overcoming of objections, but I think you did a decent job there. Presentation of solutions, I'm going to give you a 4 there, right? I don't know that I would have given as much information, but the way that you gave the information and the fact that she was receptive to it worked for you, right? So I'm going to score you for that being the case. If it had blew up in your face, or it had lost the call, or it gone a bad direction, I'd have to score you negatively, but I can't. Even if I wouldn't have brought up sub 2 in the first 90 seconds, the fact that you did worked in your favor. So why would I knock you for that, right? It was a tactic that you used and it worked okay. I'm going to give you a 4.25 for the strength of close and follow-up, because you didn't really. Actually, let me give you a 4, because you had scheduled it. It was weird because you had scheduled the call. Just do the 4.25, because it was just like a weird way to. You had the call scheduled, but then the conversation continued. It was just kind of a strange situation. So I don't really know where to go with that.
All right. I'm going to just throw my scores in as we go. Intro, bro, I had you at a 3.75. I liked the delivery. I think it was solid. It just went a little long, and that always leads to a possibility of losing flow in that conversation. Actually, I'm going to make it a 4, because even though it could mess it up, it didn't in that scenario. So a little long, but I think it played off fine. Rapport, I'm going to give you 3.75 on this. I think there were certain points where you established a certain level of credibility. I don't know if the seller fully believed you, but for example, when you mentioned that you bought 3 properties in the area, that's a factor in rapport as well, to see if you're going to be able to solve the problem in actuality. So, even though we can't give you too much credit on connecting with the yellow, I think you did try to do certain things to at least establish yourself as an investor that could help her out. A fact finding that this one was tough, kind of to everyone's point about giving a fair grade. I think when presented the opportunity, you did actually ask the right questions. Like, for example, she mentioned the we, and then you did go in and ask about hold on one second, I'm sorry. So when the we came up, you did mention the fact that they were getting a divorce, so you asked about the divorce. There was certain things that were missed. I mean, for me, I think leaning into the fact that they couldn't get the money back that they paid was probably the most important thing. That's really where the pain would come from, that it sat there and that they were, kind of getting this nothing number that they were hoping for. So it's a little tough. I'm going to give you I'm gonna split the difference on that. I'm gonna give you 3.25 on that because I do think you got a decent amount of information still. It was a little later in the call, but I think you got the info. Overcoming objections, I'm gonna give you a 4. You guys had a good flow to the conversation. There wasn't a lot of pushback as it came up. Presentation solutions, probably the strongest part of the call for me. I personally am not the biggest fan of going the route of sending emails and just kind of like almost, I don't know if you were kind of going this LOI route, but almost kind of setting it up that way where it's like, hey, I'm going to send you this information, then follow up. With that being said, even though it's not my personal way of doing a sales call, I think if that's the way you were going, you did it relatively well. Like, I think you did mention to her all the things that were going to be there. It was a lot of information, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, you were leaning on the fact that the gaps were going to be filled by an email. So again, even though it's probably not the way I would personally go, I think you delivered it relatively well. And then follow-up, I'm going to give you a 4, same thing. I think you had it in the start, but it wasn't really solidified when it came back at the end, which is typically when you want to lock it in. So yeah, boom.
There you go. Well, there you go, guys. Starting the day off with a little bit of tea to get the competition going. But I guess it's always fun, right? You have a competitive thing. You know, this has a different level of concern to different people, right? Some people have put a lot of time because they see the value in standing and competing in something like this. And I want to make sure that I take that into consideration. I want to be really respectful of the people who have dedicated all of these months to be here and put the practice in and make sure that we're operating with integrity. This was definitely not a Joey's fault thing. And so I'm glad we went back and listened to it. And I'm glad we scored you accordingly, man. It was a good call, right? There's no question to me why you guys are out here locking up as many deals as you are in your guys' company. You guys are crushing for sure.
Sweet, thanks. See you guys.
Have a good one, man. All right, Joey has to jump on a call, guys. That being said, very, very interesting start to everything. Angie, did we do okay? Are you okay with us, Angie? Are you like, I just like Italian people and messing with the family? Nobody wants those problems, Angie.
Of course. No, I'm totally teasing with you guys.
Okay.
Just so you know, I gave him the highest score, so if you're gonna go for them, I should be laughing.
Dom's over there like she's not teasing. She's genuine.
Her dad was a sergeant on the SWAT team, man. I don't know. She's scary, bro.
Dom, if you ever just blink twice, if you ever need help, brother, we'll
I've been asking for over here. You didn't know my motivation already. You failed.
Yeah, I apologize, Dom. We should have found it much better than that. That being said, all right, guys, let's jump into this. Let's make it for last time. We got a couple more people that need to go. Tyler, what's going on, man? How are you feeling, bro?
What's up? I'm feeling good.
You good? All right.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Let's go. Started the night out with some drama. Always a good way to start the evening. Now we're getting into the rest of the thick of things. Bro, you've been here for a hot minute, right? You're a bash bro. All right, look at that face. It's a face only a bash bro and a mother can love, right? You guys have been doing this thing for a hot minute. You guys have been running this Zoom with me on Monday nights and on various nights over 2 years now. And you guys are crushing. You're crushing the real estate game. You're crushing life. You just recently got engaged. You went to Bangkok and married a local or got engaged to a local. And it's been, bro, you're just on a great path. Yo, shout out to those cookies, by the way. Those things looked fire. I was like, yo, Tyler is not on a diet right now.
I had 4 yesterday.
Bro, I'm like, I have a weakness for marshmallows too. You gonna put marshmallows inside of a chocolate chip cookie? Nah, that's not fair. But now you're here, man. You're here. You and your other bash bro about to show you guys what you guys are working with, why you guys are closing 6 figures. Obviously, you know the situation. You already know what's going on here. Do you got any thoughts, comments, whatever? Let me know.
I mean, I hope Savannah pulls me back in like that.
Let's go. Oh, shots fired. Savannah, just make sure you read the room, right? Don't force anybody into a conversation. This one may have been a little bit more assumptive on the Joey side, but if they want to get off, let them get off, right? Don't force them into do anything.
She did great.
No, she did. But Savannah, also read the chat, bro. Just read the chat. Read the chat. Hopefully her next seller is an abused judge. So that way she can...
Dude, do you hear this? I'm taking out my personality for you.
Really? Let's go.
Who's going, Tyler?
Tyler.
Okay, let me drop.
Tyler, are you nervous, bro? Are you nervous about Savannah's capacity to be every personality on the planet at will without warning?
I'm not gonna lie, I am a little nervous. I know she has a wide variety of characteristics that she can choose from. I hope I don't get a drunk dude.
I hope you don't get a drunk dude too, because how would one get scored off of that? Really?
I don't know. Well,
we have a drunk dude that calls us all the time, and we go back and forth.
You like a seller?
Yeah, a real one. Sometimes he's crazy, sometimes he's not. We have a couple of crazy ones. It's kind of funny. We should
He's not in Ohio, is he? We have one just like that.
I don't know. He might be, but he's a firecracker, man. And one guy talks about all of his girlfriends and his ex-wife. I mean, all kinds of crazy stuff. So
that's hilarious.
No wonder Ty's on the phone all the time. He's probably talking with you.
It's great content.
All right, Savannah, are you ready? Are all your personalities ready?
Yes, we are ready. Why did I say we?
She's embracing. She's embracing.
He's like that movie Split or whatever.
Voices are becoming sentient.
Talk forever about. Okay, I guess that's where I'm messing up with my yellows, is because I'm being like staying on topic instead of like, oh.
Yeah, if you're a true yellow, you have yet to talk about your medical issues. When 98% of yellow sellers will bring up their medical issues in a phone call. Okay, I'm reading the motivation. Did you get it, Samir and Mike?
Yes, sir.
No way. He does live in Ohio?
Yes.
Is it the same guy? Imagine.
It might be this. It might be the same guy.
What's his name?
Let me see if I can pull him up.
That's hilarious.
All right.
Wait, what are you drinking, Dom? Oh, bubbly? Buble? Nice. Does it make you sing better?
It makes me taller.
I like it. Bro, send me some, please. That way people can stop meeting me in person and be like, I thought you were going to be taller.
Word.
The amount of times I've heard that. The amount of times I've heard that. I need to order one of y'all's water machines, by the way. I have so many questions. Okay, y'all ready? Mike? Yeah. Samir? Okay, Savannah. Savannah's not even paying attention.
Because I'm looking at the cameras, because the little neighbor kid just hit my car with his bike, but it's fine. Let's finish this competition.
So you can go and hit the neighborhood with your car afterwards?
An eye for an eye. Let's go.
Whip for a whip. All right, guys. You know what it is? Let me pull this thing up here. Tyler, you already know what it is. Savannah, you know what it is. Whenever you say ring, ring.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Are we ready?
Watch the chat. Yes.
Okay.
Ring, ring. Hold on. I gotta start my timer.
Okay.
Unring.
He just hung up on you.
He's gonna do the triple dial.
Yeah.
You didn't answer fast enough. All right, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Ring, ring.
Hello?
Hey, Savannah, this is Tyler. I was giving you a call because my partner Eddie was chatting with you about your property. Just wanted to see how things are going in the selling process with that.
Okay. Do you guys have the offer? You did say you were gonna be calling back with an offer.
Yeah, definitely. Just wanted to chat with you real quick, see how things are going and how quickly you are looking to sell.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking to get this done as soon as possible.
Okay, awesome. What do you mean by as soon as possible? Like tomorrow?
I mean, I would probably need like 7 days, but
7 days. Okay, not a problem. I mean, we can close in 7 days. That's totally fine. Just wanted to call, see what's going on. What's the reason why you're looking to sell it?
I'm moving, so just looking to get the best offer I can on this one.
Okay, you're moving? Are you moving in-state, out-of-state?
Yeah, I'm staying here.
Staying there. Okay, perfect. And are you thinking about listing it, or are you happy just going the cash route?
I listed it myself. Yeah.
You listed it yourself?
Yeah, it's a for sale by owner.
Oh, okay. And how's that been going?
Going okay. A lot of phone calls. I
A lot
would
of
like,
knuckleheads calling you.
no, I want like offers, I have a lot of people calling and they make appointments to come see it, and then I'm at the house and they don't show up or whatever. It's kind of taking a while. I thought this would be done sooner.
Yeah, I totally get it. Well, let me tell you this. I only have a couple minutes, but I wanted to give you a call, let you know that we are actually interested in your property. My partner sent this over, and he wanted me to take a look at it, give you a call real quick so we can run some numbers and see if we can get the deal done for you. How many offers have you had on this so far?
I have two. One of them was like super, super low. One of them's close to what I'm, have it listed for here. But
Okay.
I'd like to get a little bit closer.
Okay. What does a little closer look like?
My asking price.
Okay, got it. And you're asking how much?
500,000.
500,000. Okay. So if we can come in at 500,000, you're pretty much ready to go for a cash offer?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's sign a deal.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I'd love to do that. I just need to take a little bit more time and see what's going on, how much we can actually pay, how much our underwriters can do.
Sure.
So real quick, you said you're moving. Are you moving for the reason of moving away from something, or you got a new job?
Not yet. I'm working on that. Working on getting a new job, but yeah, I've just had some big life changes recently, so kind of trying to downsize here.
Oh, really? Big life changes and you're trying to downsize? What do you mean?
Um, kind of personal, but I lost my job.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. How long ago was that?
Like 8 months ago.
Jeez.
Yeah.
How are you doing on the payments at the house?
Not well.
Are you behind a couple months?
I'm sorry. Can we just you're asking really personal questions.
Yeah, yeah, not a problem. I just wanted to see if there's anything we can do in terms of either getting you a cash offer or helping you stay in the house. Are you wanting to move or would you rather stay in the house?
I mean, just with how it's looking right now, I haven't, like I said, gotten hired again yet. So I just need to downsize my expenses right now.
Okay. So if you were gonna sell for 500,000, how much would you net?
Um, I mean, I have some stuff I need to pay off, so maybe like 10, 12,000.
12,000. Okay. And that's selling at 500,000
Yeah.
where no one has gotten you that number yet. Okay. Well, I don't know if we can make this happen, but if we can, what if we could get you that 10,000 or 12,000 in your pocket in the next 7 days and get you onto a new spot?
Sure.
Is that something you'd be open to hearing?
Yeah. You're like an offer, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. So I just want to run some numbers real quick. Can you also send me a mortgage statement, make sure everything looks good? And then I can get you,
My mortgage statement?
and I can actually get you a solid offer.
Yeah, okay. Is the mortgage statement relevant to the
It could be. It may be a way for us to get more money in your pocket. But yeah, if you could send that over, and then real quick, once you send that over, I'll give you a call back here in an hour. Are you going to be available?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, perfect. I'll give you a call in an hour. We'll go over everything and I'll get you your offer.
Okay.
All right, we'll see you.
All right.
And that is time. Savannah.
I didn't pull him back in.
No, you did not. But you just slammed the door in it. Savannah is having a what happened, Samir?
So yeah, just it's two extremes.
Two extremes, right?
Yeah.
You got two personalities.
Hold on, we'll wait until Savannah gets off the phone here. Well, unless how many do you guys think they really destroyed her car? And this is the neighbor calling to apologize that her kid broke the window out of the car? Is that what this is? I'm sorry.
Shouldn't be about
They can literally hear this conversation. Sorry, my child broke your car. Okay, we'll go ahead and get into this. We'll here's the tough part, right? Savannah has done a fan. Sergio, what's going on, bro? Your team is the least consistent team in this whole competition, bro. Where is Theo at? He's supposed to be going tonight.
Theo.
So here's the thing, right? Well, we'll go ahead and get scoring. We don't need to wait on Savannah. The issue here is we're looking at the scoreboard, right? We're looking at the motivation, and Savannah was just not really. Savannah, yeah. I think Savannah was being a little overcomplicated, right? She just Tyler was doing everything and asking the right questions. Yeah. She almost made it impossible for Tyler to do the thing that he needed to do. So this is going to be really, really tough for us to score this thing when it comes, especially to motivation, because the nature of these competitions is that they're supposed to make it difficult, not impossible, right? So if somebody calls on a role play and they hang up on you, well, we can't score you on that. They hung up the freaking phone, right? So it has to be at least a viable thing. And the seller type for Savannah was clearly red, but she was so red that she made it impossible. I think 2 or 3 times Tyler went in and asked the appropriate questions to get the motivation. Savannah was just making it a little harder than it needed to be, I think. But it's the nature of the way things go. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to factor that in my judging, fellas.
This was definitely tough. Starting right off from the intro. The intro, you crushed it, bro. I think the intro was great. You got right into it. It was probably 5 seconds, if that. I'm going to give you a 4.25 on the intro. Rapport building, this was so tough because she was being so hard. Like Daniel said, there was literally, I think there was a good 4 times where I was like, dang, that's a good question.
Yep.
That's the exact question that I would probably ask. Boom, you got shot down. I was like, dang. But here's what I would have realized. Maybe I would have realized it as I was thinking about this, as we were going through the call. I'm like, how the heck is he going to crack her open? I think the only way that you could have cracked her open is just by calling the elephant out in the room. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If you called the elephant out in the room, of her being red, hey, Savannah, I don't know if I caught you at a bad time or something. Are you okay with everything right now? Is everything okay? Yeah. And I think that might have changed the trajectory of the call. And then she probably would have been like, man, I'm sorry. I'm going through it right now. I just lost my job. I'm an attorney. I have this tax lien. I got child support liens. I got all that type of stuff. And that's probably what would have changed the trajectory of it. But at the end of the day, she was being super hard. That is next level. That is
yeah. I don't think we've seen that level of difficulty as far as from a red standpoint at least to this point.
I agree. Dang. With that being said, I think I'm at.
I would hate to be a judge on this one. Let's just say that.
Yeah,
dude. Savannah, we addressed how you went from one extreme to the other. We understand that a red personality needs to exist, but you also need to give him a chance, right? You did not give him a chance. You just kept slamming the door in his face.
Oh my God, you guys. I am resigning as a seller.
Savannah's done 8
I thought you did great, Savannah.
Savannah, you've been crushing it this entire time.
I'm running out of personalities, you guys.
That's doubtful, but in any case.
I'm sorry, I'm just super red right now. I love that.
With that being said, I'm going to give it 3.95 on rapport building.
So specific.
Fact finding and uncovering motivation. So here's a motivation for anybody listening. Seller is in pre-foreclosure and has a $50,000 tax lien and a $10,000 child support lien that needs to be paid off at the sale. She's an attorney that was fired and has been having trouble getting hired again. Bro, when you got to the point where you were like, are you okay with the payments? That's where the trajectory of the call finally started shifting, which was good. It was really, really good. So, dude, I'm going to give a 4 for that. Overcoming objections, I'm going to give a 4 as well. You crushed it in the beginning. there was, oh, she was asking for an offer. You're like, yeah, definitely, we'll get right into it. How quickly are you looking to sell? You just handled it, bada bing, bada boom. Presentation of solutions. I like this because you got her net number in her pocket, right? You got her kind of fixated on that number. And she was like, well, she started thinking in her head, yeah, I would like $10,000 from the sale. And you're like, hey, I don't know if I can do this, but if we can get $10,000 in your pocket in 7 days, do you want to move forward? So that was, I think that's the thing that really is going to get you to the next call. So presentation of solutions, I'm going to give a 4 as well. Close and follow up, I'm going to give it a 4 as well.
Interesting. Samir, I'm going to let you take second on this one, bro.
Fantastic. Yeah, I remember a vaguely more, not more, but difficult call as well. It felt reminiscent to my conversation. Maybe not quite as red. You really did. He asked some real good questions, and you were like, nah. But it's just, yeah, that combo when you're just asking the right questions, you're trying to make something happen. It's super tough, just because it's dry. You're asking questions, you're trying to figure it out. And again, typically the way, if this is not a competition, a lot of people would go is to try to pull away. But you know, there's only so much you're going to pull away in a competition. So I'm going to take all those things into account and grade this like I hope others had graded me, Mike.
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. We might have had a different competition like this.
Nah, I was joking. It's my chance to take shots. Tyler,
he's definitely not joking.
Hey man, you got to redo, and you went at that for like 2 weeks.
Bro, it's fake though. Mine doesn't really count, so like that's why.
Exactly, that's why mine hurts more.
It's facts. That's right.
Bro, I'm gonna give you a 4.5 on the intro. I would say probably one of the better intros that's been given so far. Clean, got to the point. You know, you came in a little bit higher energy. You know, I think you obviously, we've talked about this a bunch, like work against your naturally like more monotone demeanor. So, you know, even though you could probably always turn it up a little bit more, I think based on where you end up normally, you came in a little bit higher. And I like the intro. I think it was short, it was to the point, it was good. Rapport building, again, it's tough. I'm going to grade you on what was possible to do. I think you held your own. I think with red sellers, it's also really important, other than just to be friendly, to hold your own when they push back on certain things. Like she mentioned the personal question, like, hey, this is a personal question. A lot of people crumble when questions like that come up. You didn't. You answered it. Same thing with the mortgage statement, which will come back on the objections. But same thing, like a lot of times people get that pushback, they crumble. I think you held your own pretty well. So rapport building, I'm going to give you a 4. Fact finding and uncovering motivation, tough. I mean, if we're going line by line, like we have for a lot of people, then yeah, there is some stuff missing here, but I think you asked really good questions. I mean, I think when you asked specifically, like if she was behind on payments, that was really good. It was poignant listening. The one thing I think you could have done to get a little more info, I actually think to a degree what Mike was saying about calling something out, I would have probably just decided to go opposite. I think, and you said it and I missed it. I would have asked her what happens if she doesn't sell, because that is the only other thing I could have imagined is going negative on that, since the way she was answering your questions was so and not just giving you information. Maybe I would go the opposite way. So that being said, I would say I got to give you a 4 on the motivation. I think you got to a good chunk of the motivation, and your questions were good. She just didn't give you, anything on that. Overcoming objections, I'm gonna give you 4.25 for the same reasons I said earlier. The personal questions one, that's one I could imagine a lot of people not answering super well or being able to hold their own on. And the mortgage statement, you're letting them know like, hey, look, I'm trying to help you, but I just need more information. Presentation solutions, I'm gonna kind of keep it on par with everyone else so far with a 4. I can't really give you higher just because saying that you're going to be able to, possibly solve the problem or get them an offer isn't necessarily a super direct solution. But when you don't have really exact information, it's hard to give an exact solution. And strength and close and follow-up, I feel like it's a 5. I mean, DQ, did I miss it? Did he get the full follow-up? He got the full follow-up, right? With a time and a confirmation? You're muted up, bro.
Mike likes to say that somebody crushes a department and then give him a 3 for it. So
okay, so I'm gonna give 5 on that, bro.
Yo, you couldn't have done better. 2.5.
Now that you say that, Samir, change mine to a 5 because it's true. Now I'm thinking back to it.
Okay, fair.
he said the same thing about his intro too. I'm like, why? He did it to me on Friday too, and I'm like, it couldn't have been better. Then what was? Why is it not a 5? So on the intro, I'm giving you a 4.75, man. It was about as clean as it could get. You know, short of maybe some inflection and some tonality. I think it was a clean intro. You got straight to the point. It wasn't much you could do about that. Rapport building is really, really tough for me, right? Because what have we said about rapport this entire time? It's the ability to get the job done, right? The one thing I think that really plays in your favor in the rapport here, because she was a brick wall, right? Is that you didn't get hung up on early on in the call, right? Like you diffused her a little bit and you did a couple of things, right? The way you switched your tone. See you later, Dom. You switched your tone when you went empathy, right? When it talked about her personal situation. I think you did a couple of things. I think it fell flat, but not because of anything you did. I don't think there was anything more you could have done. I think what really the plot twist, and it's exactly what Samir said, right? Like I think there was a point where in my head the next question is what happens if you don't sell, right? That's the next question to really dig into the pain. And you went a different direction. You went towards the buying. But I think that's just it's just tough, man. It's tough. I'm gonna give you a 4 in rapport because of that. Because you did as much as you could. I think a pattern interrupt. I think asking what the problem is. I think that's what gets you above that, right? But you know, it's just really tough. Fact finding, uncovering motivation. Here's the tough thing, right? Like I can't really grade you as much on what you got, but what you did to get what you got, right? Because I don't know that short of the same thing that would have impacted rapport, I don't know that there's anything else that you could have done to get there. I gotta skip this one for now. I'm torn between like 3.95 and a 4 on that. Like I'm really tough. Overcoming objections. She was tough. I'm gonna give you a 4.15. I'm gonna split the difference here because you kept the conversation going. Presentation of solutions. I think a 4 is the right situation. I mean, I think you presented a viable offer, which was basically a follow-up. That probably would have been lower. The reason why I'm okay with it being a 4 is because she asked for an offer at the beginning of the call. And you did enough to diffuse her that by the end of the call, she wasn't upset about the fact that you needed to call back with an offer. So when you said, I need to go talk to my underwriters, I was waiting for her to snap and be like, but you just said you were going to do this, I was waiting for that. Like I was waiting for that objection and she didn't, which means that you either had built enough rapport to get it, you just got her to forget that was her original objection, which is a sign of rapport, right? Like it's a sign that you got the right direction. So that's why I think that the presentation, the solution, and the rapport are both 4s there because you kind of got over that, which I was expecting the pushback. You got a 5 on the other part. And then I'm going to give you fact-finding, uncovering motivation. Here's the issue. Like, and I got to be as fair as possible, right? Like you didn't get as much of the things. And so, yes, there was an element where she was a little bit too tough. But there was also an element where you did only what you could. I'll give you a 3.9. I'm gonna go lower than what I said, just because there was enough things you didn't get that would have been important. But I think you got the crux of what you could have as an available on that call. So there you go. Where does that put him?
What's him at?
Oh, wow.
Wait, hold on.
In my head, you were all the way out of this competition, bro.
Samesies.
What do you mean all the way out? You mean
like I really thought in my head when I'm looking at these scores in my head, I was mathing that you were going to be in the low 70s.
Me too.
Well, there you go. T. Towsley. Good stuff, bro. What are your thoughts on the feedback on this, man?
You know, it's funny because I got 3 minutes before this attorney calls me. But I judged Caroline Bowes, and I thought kind of the same thing. It was like it was a super tough seller, and she did a great job of like diffusing the whole situation and getting to a point where she could actually talk to the seller. And even though she didn't get a lot of what was needed, she got a lot of other stuff, which eventually made up for it. So I thought it was very similar to her call.
Interesting. And you guys got almost exactly the same score. So I guess we're doing okay onto the consistency as far as that's concerned. It's tough, right? It's really, really tough to factor all these things and factor in all the scenarios that need to go into play. But good stuff, man. Like full honesty, Tyler, like that's probably the best I've heard you in a conversation, right? Like just your confidence, your composure, the way you handled it. It's clear that your evolution continues to increase. Cause like I remember, was it a year ago when we did that seller call, that one that I was like offer 10. And you were like, nah, it needs to be 25. And you didn't want to do it. Nobody wanted to, you know what I mean? So just listening to that call to this call, dude, it's night and day. Like the confidence and just your matter of fact approach towards conversations is a big difference.
I appreciate that.
Good stuff, bro. Well, let's see how the rest of this goes. Eddie, last but not least, final call of the night. Final call of the night. Let's see if Savannah comes for your knees too. What's up?
Real quick. So the attorney called me that we have to get on a call with for those two properties that Eddie was talking about.
Okay.
He's supposed to call back in 2 minutes, and Eddie has to be on that call.
Okay. Well, then you want to just move to Wednesday, Eddie?
I can do Wednesday.
Okay. Let's wrap for the night. You guys get out of here. Go do that call. We'll figure out what we're gonna do for Wednesday. Before we wrap tonight, let's take a couple minutes. Anybody have any questions? This is probably the most interesting night that we've had so far. Shout out to Savannah for keeping it spicy. Savannah, you know it's nothing but love. I'm messing with you. I'm always going to mess with you, but you have gone above and beyond for this competition and this community in spades. So know that with all the jokes, it comes with nothing but love and appreciation for everything that you do.
This is all the appreciation I need.
Boom. Joey wanted to come in here and flex his $20,000 potential assignment fee. Let's go. All right, guys. Anybody got any final thoughts? Any questions? Any comments? Is Caroline still here? Caroline Vo, you still here?
Yeah.
What's up?
Daniel, Daniel, can I ask you a question?
David, ask away, brother. Ask away.
Okay. I don't know if there's any truth in this, but I was told from a person that had quite a bit of experience in selling properties in the States that you're never supposed to use the word assume a mortgage. Is that true?
Yes, David.
I don't know that. Hold on. I think somebody's unmuted. I don't know that never use the word assume. I don't like to use definites like that. But we don't offer assumptions as a general rule, if that's the question. Later, Eddie, Tyler, do your thing, brother. Good luck, fellas. Yeah, so we wouldn't generally offer assumptions. There's probably somebody who's going to buy a house and assume the loan because it makes sense to do that. But yeah, to specifically answer your question is no, that's not the general approach.
I know it fits, but I was kind of educated that it was kind of, there's some legalities with that. I don't know if that's true or not.
No, you can assume a mortgage, right? Like if you have
sure. Yeah. In Canada, we do it all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't say that that's a blanket statement. No, never say that. I just wouldn't encourage it if the goal is sub 2.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, exactly.
David, the only thing I can imagine you maybe could throw in there if you're like sending out emails or something is like subject to bank approval or something, if you're guaranteeing that you're going to be able to assume it. But yeah, I don't think it's illegal though.
Yeah. Caroline, what are your thoughts on tonight? You know what I like? That when everybody else was wishy-washy and not sure what they wanted to say, you had a firm opinion. That's what I appreciate.
I said, just to be clear, I said no redo though. I did say no redo.
Okay. So Caroline. How are you feeling? How you feeling, Caroline? Caroline gonna keep it a stack always.
Yeah, no, maybe it's because it's like the last 1 or 2 sessions. I can see the claws coming out and people are just like bringing it and all of that. I mean, you can feel the heat, we're getting closer to, what is it, like next Saturday already? So, yeah, no, I mean, these are always really enjoyable and I'm learning a lot and I'm excited to see who the top 8 ends up being. I'm excited to hear you, DQ, share more about what's going to happen next week. So I'm excited. I think, you know, what also be really interesting is Savannah's been so consistent this whole time. And so I think it will be interesting because on Wednesday she's going. So will we have a completely different seller, and like how will that change the game?
That's the tough part.
No. I'm actually going to just do it with myself.
Yeah.
I will be my own seller.
She's been practicing in the car.
Okay.
True story.
Ring, ring. Hi,
No,
Savannah.
Hi. She starts her mornings.
Yeah. Jeremy Davis said he would come in for Wednesday. If he can't, we can get somebody else.
I feel like Jeremy does not like me. Like, if we could see if there's others.
As long as he's not as bad as you were to the contestants today, then I think we will be just fine. I'm just kidding.
I think I was too nice to the first one, and then you guys think I was like too mean on the second one.
Jen Shelton. I'm excited to hear Jen show. Jen is not gone yet. This is going to be fun. It's going to be really interesting to see. Jen, are you excited about Wednesday?
I am. I'm excited. I'm, what's the word? Not anxious, but I guess anxious. Yeah. But the more reps you get, the less anxious you get. Are you flossing your teeth?
Always. I keep one of these in my hands at all times. At first, it was like, it's weird to floss your teeth on Zoom. And then I was like, oh, well, I'm on Zoom all day long, so everybody's just going to have to live with me having a floss pick in my hands.
You got to do what you got to do.
Got to do what you got to do. I'm excited to see you go. Jen is a beast. Y'all don't know. There's a reason Jen won this competition in the past. There is a reason. So it's going to be fun to see her go. Shout out to Robin, who has a floss pick right there with her. I would 100% use the board. Why wouldn't you use the bathroom? It's my house. Why would I close the door in my own house to use the bathroom? That's weird. I'm not doing that. So, okay. Anybody else? Final thoughts? Final questions? Anybody? No? All right. One more day, guys.
Really quick. When do we know?
Wednesday.
All the details.
All the details. I'm working on those now. So Wednesday, final day. Short of us doing like a random wild card on Friday, we'll see. Wednesday, as of right now, is the final day. Once we have all that, I'm finalizing details as we speak. So I should have that this week. I will probably be. I'm still figuring out where I'm going to stay in Arizona. But I'm probably going to go out early next week, like Monday, and be out there early, go help to do the setup and do all the different things. And yeah, so I'm hoping that, it's at 6, Daniel. It's at 6. So it's after this on Wednesday. So yeah, I'm hoping I'll have all of the details. Which call, Justin? The one that I did where I competed. Yeah, it was Friday night at the end. It's Friday night at the end. You can go to the YouTube or go to the vault and Subtune. You can see it there. But yeah, so hopefully
nobody thought I was too easy on Daniel.
You were not the seller. Jeff was the seller. So
that's right.
Nice try.
Too easy on the judging.
Can you accurately? She's just trying to throw shade and just missing for no reason whatsoever.
I was really difficult when I was the drunk seller to you. So
yes, you were.
DQ, one request. If you end up giving a wild card, is it possible to do it by Wednesday? So that way by the end of Wednesday, people will know if they need to like travel out there, they can like finalize their plans.
Yeah, I can work on that. Everything. The one difficulty in this, and we'll wrap up with this, guys. The one difficult with this is that there's a lot of things that are out of my hands, right? Like there are certain elements I can't control. If it was up to me, a lot of stuff I would have been planned slightly differently. But this is the nature when you have 150 people on a Zoom and 100 different people that have registered and people showing up and all these different things. And then we're working with Sub 2 and Sub 2 has a big event. And so I will do my best to get it as quickly as possible. And if I can do that by Wednesday, I'll definitely do that, Caroline. It'll definitely be before this week for the people who have to travel for sure. So you guys can be prepared. So at least you have those arrangements in place.
Awesome. Thank you.
Awesome. That being said, guys, before we wrap up, I'm gonna send the link. Those are definitely all booked. Those have been booked forever. I'm gonna share the link to the wholesale hotline. If you guys are gonna go over there, hang out, go and let them know that you came from the Closers Octagon. Tell them if you learned anything. Send some love to Pace for helping us, allowing us to put all this stuff together. Guys, I hope you guys made some friends, made some relationships, and learned something from this Zoom. We're gonna be back at it on Wednesday. I promise you, whether you participate or not. I hope you participate in the relationships that you make in this thing, because I promise you, they will do everything towards your success in this business. That being said, hope you guys all have an amazing night. Go over to Wholesale Hotline, say some dope stuff, post something if you